This is Bulgarian Hanwan, and I do not know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. This is a soft neck variety, and it's probably about 5 days past when we initially could have harvested it. We know it's time for harvest because the bottom leaves have died back. The green vegetation has started to become chlorotic and taken on more of a yellow color, so there's not a lot of photosynthesis going on. We're pretty sure that that bulb is fully developed. So what we want to see when we know the garlic is mature is we want to see good cleavage between the bulbs, nice plump cloves that are coming forth, and we know that the garlic's pretty well done when we're seeing that. If we'd started to harvest and we weren't seeing that, if it was more smooth or round, we weren't seeing those nice defined cloves in there, it would probably be a little early. So it's important to sample harvest. We had sample harvested last week, actually about 10 days ago, and that we weren't seeing this. They weren't nice and plump and full like they are now. And so we knew that they weren't quite ready, so we left them sit in here for another week. Anna Marie's going to lift it out of the ground, and it's important with garlic that you always lift it out of the ground rather than grabbing it and just yanking it. So go ahead and pry back on that. And the reason for that is you don't want to bruise your bulb. You want to be very careful with it. I like to grab it with my thumb and my forefinger, and I like to break the clod apart with my hands, giving a little twist against the roots gently, and then a little bit of shake. And I like to get those roots clean. Now this is a little bit moist for harvesting garlic. This soil is quite heavy actually. It needs more organic matter or maybe some sand mixed in. Our situation is that we cannot cure this outside. We have to cure our garlic indoors because we don't have the facility outdoors to hang a lot of garlic. And as a result, we can't have this dirt raining down in the warehouses on us when it dries. So we just try to get as much off of it as we can. It's also important, Izzy, to keep your garlic out of direct sunlight, so we're not going to let them lay out here very long. Tim is coming along every so often, and he's getting the garlic picked up and put in the shade. It has a tendency to burn the garlic bulb. You know, they're coming out of the ground, they're coming out of the dark, and all of a sudden into this hot scorching sun that's 90 degrees out here. We want as good a shelf life as we can get, and so proper harvesting technique is important if you want to get good long shelf life. The handling of the garlic is important. We don't want to just throw it around, beat it around. That's why we don't want to jerk it up out of the ground, because pulling upon this stem here can detach your stem down here inside the bulbs and allow for spoilage organisms to get in there before it's cured. Our garlic that we harvest here at Baker Creek, typically we can get 6 to 9 months out of it hanging and still have it usable, which is pretty good. Some varieties are better than others, of course. You can see this bulb here is a little bit past harvest time. It should have been harvested quite some time ago. You can see how it's all decayed around here. So, and that's affecting the cloves. I'm not going to bother putting this with the rest of the harvest. This would be a discard. We have tested this garlic for a number of things. We've tested it for all the garlic viruses that they might have, and they've come back negative. We've tested it for garlic bloat nematode, for botrytis and white rot, came back negative on all of that. So the garlic's good and clean and can be used for seed stock. We've actually planted this for the purpose of the restaurant here at Baker Creek Seeds. Although we will select some of the best bulbs, keep them back for replanting this next fall.